Hi everyone, hello again and welcome to English with Joseph. My name is Joseph. Today we're going to have a look at the conditional tenses within English. These can be very confusing for someone who's trying to learn, but I hope I'm able to clarify these to make them simple. There's a number of different types of ways in which we use the conditional tenses. But basically, conditional tenses are used to speculate about what could happen, what might have happened if something did happen, and what we hope would happen in the future. In music, we often hear in lyrics the conditional tenses, what might have been, what could have happened if lovers had really fallen in love, for example. Many conditional forms in English are used in sentences, including verbs in one of the past tenses. This usage is referred to as the past which is unreal, the unreal past. Because we use a past tense for something that hasn't really happened, It's about something which could have happened or might have happened, but never really happened actually. There are 5 main ways of constructing conditional sentences in English. In all cases, these sentences are made up of an if clause and the main clause. Now, those of you who know me know that I don't like talking a lot about grammar. I prefer that you learn by speaking and practicing. But sometimes I just have to give you the key points, so at least you have something to practice with. If you have an interchange partner, someone who's English, you can ask them to practice with you sentences using the conditional. So let's start looking together at the different types of conditional tenses in English. Well, first of all, there's the zero conditional. The zero conditional is about general truths. You normally find it in the simple present. The zero conditional is used for when the time being referred to is now or always, and the situation is real and possible. For example, if this thing happens, then that thing happens. So you have the if in the if clause, then you have the main clause. If you heat ice, it melts. If it rains, the road gets wet. Okay, so this is a simple type of the conditional. It's called the zero conditional. Moving on then to the type 1 conditional. Well, that's used to refer to the present or the future, where the situation is real. It refers to a possible condition and its probable result. If this thing happens, that thing will happen. So you can see that in the main clause there, it's not in the present, but it's in the future. For example, we said a moment ago, if you heat ice, it melts. So in the type 1 conditional, it would be, if you heat this ice, it will melt, because you're stating what will happen to something which you have. Whereas in the zero conditional, you were really just stating what does happen generally. Okay, but with the type 1 conditional, you're being much more specific. If it rains today, you will get wet. Okay, that's very different from saying when it rains, or if it rains, you get wet. Okay, if it rains, you get wet. The type 2 conditional is used to refer to a time that is now or any time, and a situation that is unreal. These are sentences which are not based on facts. The type 2 conditional is used to refer to a hypothetical condition and its probable results. So if we say if this thing happened, that thing would happen. It's not that it will happen, okay? And it's not that it happens, it would happen, okay? So if you were to heat ice, then it would melt, for example. So we're not saying that the ice is definitely being heated or het, okay? As we often say in Scotland for the past tense of heated, het. If it rained, you would get wet, not that you will get wet, okay? So it's a little bit different because it's using a different tense. The type 3 conditional is used to refer to a time that's in the past and a situation that's contrary to reality. If this thing had happened, that thing would have happened. So for example, if you had tried to heat this ice, then the ice almost certainly would have melted. Okay, so as you can see, it's talking about something in the past which, if you had have done it, what the result would be. If you had studied harder, you would have passed the exam. Okay, which is very different from saying, if you study, you will pass. That's a type 3 conditional. On top of that, there's also what's called the mixed type conditional. The mixed type conditional is used to refer to a time that's in the past and a situation that's ongoing. Okay? So if I had worked harder at school, I would have a better job by now. If I did heat this water, or if I had heated the water, the ice, if I had heated the ice, it almost certainly would have melted by now. Yes. If I had heated the ice, it almost certainly would have melted by now. Or if I had heated the water, it almost certainly would have boiled by now. So it brings it into the present. Okay. So those are the different types of conditional tenses. Now I know that they're very confusing, and I really recommend that you make a note of what they are and get practicing. Okay. One thing I don't like is when people simply put their nose in a book. One of the reasons why I don't like that is because although academic learning has its wonderful benefits, it immediately separates you from the rest of society. To study with books is very selfish. The call to learn a new language is the call to meet a new friend. It's the call to meet someone new. It's the call to practice, and no man is an island, as we say in England. You really need to have someone to practice with, and I would encourage you to do that as soon as you possibly can. Thank you, and goodbye.